When it comes to performance trucks, there's really only one hero, and for good reason. Ask pretty much anyone on the street what they think of when you say supercharged pickup truck, and the first thing that they're likely going to say is the Ford Lightning. And again, it's for good reason, right? The Lightning was a revolutionary truck back in the day and completely changed the pickup game forever, setting the stage for performance trucks of today like the Raptor and the 707 horsepower fire-breathing Ram TRX. But like every good hero story, there's always a little brother that's like hiding in the shadows and maybe didn't quite get the attention that the older sibling did. Did you guys know that Ford actually made a performance SUV? But what truck was it? Why has nobody heard of it? Does Ford secretly hate SUVs and performance vehicles overall? Good news, I'm Dustin with Custom Offsets. You guys can follow me on the gram at dusty.co, and today we're jumping headfirst into one of the biggest and best kept secrets of all time to find out just what in the world is the Ford Thunder. As we jump into this one, if you guys are looking for wheels and tires for your truck, be it supercharged or not, great news, we have those at customoffsets.com. And when I say we have them, I mean we have them. I was in the warehouse yesterday and there's literally 10,000 wheels and tires just chilling on the racks, waiting to get put together and shipped out to you and, you know, find their forever home on your truck. It's just put them on there. It's that simple. Plus, when you guys scoop a wheel and tire package from us, we'll even mount it, we'll balance it, and we'll ship it to your door for free. CustomOffsets.com. Check it out. Into the Thunder. To understand exactly what happened with this awesome, not so little SUV, we first have to start at the masterminds behind it. If you're familiar with Ford Motor Company at all, then you know that back in the day, and pretty much from the day I was born all the way up through the 2010s, Ford called pretty much all of their performance models SVT. But did you know that SVT was actually its own division within Ford? That's right, Ford's SVT, or Special Vehicle Team, was founded in 1991 by a few guys over at Ford by the name of John Plant, Janine Bay, and Robert Burnham. So not coincidentally enough, they all held jobs at Ford at the time, like marketing manager, or Mustang program management, or Ford truck program management. So what happens when you take a marketing guy, a Mustang gal, and a truck guy and put them all in a room with a budget and a goal to make cool shit? SVT, baby, that's what happens. The official launch of SVT came back in 1992 at the Chicago Auto Show, where Ford debuted the 1993 Ford SVT Mustang Cobra, and of course the first gen SVT F-150 Lightning. The Lightning was groundbreaking at the time, and like we said earlier, it really helped set the stage for the performance truck market of today. But we're not here to talk about the Lightning. There's a bunch of other videos on that one. We're here to talk about the Thunder, baby! Over the years, SVT would make 7 different total SVT vehicles, each of which had its own quirks as well as its attention to details. SVT believed that in order to make a performance car that people actually wanted to buy, they needed to create an experience for the drivers. For this reason, SVT paid special attention to things like driver experience, seat quality, ride quality, and even the leather material that was used on their steering wheels. This is exactly what made the SVT cars so popular. They rode well, they functioned great, and for the most part, they were super reliable, and that made them reliable enough to be a daily driver if you really wanted to flex on the rest of the dads in the neighborhood. I'm just gonna get this out there right now, okay? If you're looking for information on the Ford Thunder, then good luck. A quick Google search will yield you like -10 news articles, and a bunch of those may even be duplicates of each other. With all this happening, it leads you to wonder, what the heck actually happened here? What is the Ford Thunder, and why has nobody heard about it yet? The Ford SVT Thunder was a full-size SUV that was based on the same chassis of the late 90s Ford Expeditions. You guys know the one I'm talking about here, right? The round headlights, big grille, 4 doors, 3 rows of seating SUV that got approximately 3 miles per gallon because it was powered by a 4.6-liter V8. Well, you may think the idea for this SUV came from a big old plan with lots of big brains involved and whiteboards and all sorts of schedules and stuff. I was actually rather shocked to learn the idea for the Thunder came from a small conversation in passing one day at SVT. See, because the Expedition and the F-150 share the same chassis, engine, and drivetrain, outfitting an Expedition with the Lightning drivetrain would be a simple swap. And then, just like that, the Thunder was born. No major planning sessions, no big board meetings, no whiteboards, Nothing. The SVT Thunder did make it into prototype production with a few models rolling off of the production line. With these pre-production models, SVT did get the chance to test the Thunder where it would run a 0 to 60 time just 5.6 seconds. For reference, that is a whole ass SUV that's running a 0 to 60 time a full second faster than the Z28 Camaro of the time and over 4 seconds faster than the standard Expedition of the same model year. This is because of the supercharged 5.4 liter V8 that made 360 horsepower and right about 440 foot-pounds of earth-turning torque, which was a big number at the time. For the Thunder to be successful, the SVT needed to make sure that the car handled well because, let's face it, the Expeditions tend to have the handling characteristics of a wet pool noodle even in the best of conditions. To combat this, Ford gave the Thunder a very similar suspension setup to its brother, the Lightning. This allowed the Thunder to scoot around the track much quicker and feel better behind the wheel. And then, to top it all off, they also gave the Thunder a facelift, slapping the Lightning front bumper on there, giving it some new side skirts, deleting that black trim because color match the world, and of course, who could forget those sweet, sweet Lightning alloy wheels that were on all four corners. It really was a great SUV, and it was poised to be a solid option in the market. So what went wrong? Why has nobody heard of this thing? I wish I could say that I was surprised to see that it didn't make it in the real world, but let's be honest, we've seen this before. Much like the GMC Typhoon was a more practical SUV version of the Cyclone pickup trucks, the SVT Thunder could have been the younger, more practical brother of the SVT Lightning. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out like that though. Sources say that John Coletti, SVT chief engineer between 1994 and 2004, had been quoted to say that part of the reason that the Thunder Expedition never made it to the streets was simply timing. The 10th generation F-150, which was also the same generation that produced the second generation of Lightning, was produced between 97 and 2004. That's why you got to see that sweet little step side in Fast and the Furious, right? Well, that left a few years for the Lightning to live out its life cycle like a good old farm dog taking a nap under the shade tree on a hot summer day. The Expedition was set to receive its new generation in 2022. It's 2002. Jesus, kid. This means that the entire platform that the SVT Thunder was based off of was coming to an end, essentially putting the axe to the Ford SVT Thunder Expedition, which is a real bummer, if you ask me. Still, it leaves the mind to wonder what the performance SUV market may have looked like had Ford decided to extend the production of the Expedition even by just a few years. Had the Thunder made it into production, would it still be as popular as the Raptor is today? Would we have seen a similar SS-styled performance SUV from Chevy? And what would that mean for the current performance SUV industry, which is currently being dominated by companies like Jeep with their friggin' Trackhawks and Dodge with their Durango Hellcat that makes like a bajillion horsepower? Either way, one thing is for sure, we're big Thunder fans here at Custom Offsets. What do you guys think about the Ford Thunder? Should we rally Ford to bring it back, or should we let it die forever? Would you guys own one? Let me know down in the comment section below. I'll be personally going through each and every comment, and I'm really looking forward to hearing from each and every one of you. And as always, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because all the cool kids are doing it. With that, I'm Dustin with Custom Offsets. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.